Due to the fact that my channel is pretty video game centric, it's a fair assumption to make that I don't know how to read. Unfortunately, that is not correct, and I am cursed with literacy. I'm your cool Uncle Marissa, and today we are going to look at the Kindle. Now, it may seem that I'm late to the game and that this isn't relevant, but actually it really is. If you have an older Kindle like the Kindle for non-touch, which is what we're going to be looking at how to unlock today. Now, just some context if you're not aware, the Kindle is an e-reader by Amazon, and for a while it was one of like only two options, that and the Barnes and Noble's Nook. I think the Nook doesn't exist anymore, but there's like so many competitors. There's Kobo, which is owned by Rakuten, and there's like Books, and there's so many ones that like run on Android and do a ton of other stuff other than being e-readers. It's a whole thing. And somewhat recently, in this past year, Amazon really locked down on the Kindle more so than before. You know, I had my Kindle Paperwhite, like 7th gen or something, for quite a number of years on the ad version, and it's like, I feel like at some point you've seen enough ads to have paid off that like $20, $50 difference that it exists between the ad-free and the no ad version. But anyway, that kind of led a lot of people to want to pull their Kindle out of the Amazon ecosystem, and for the most part it is pretty easy using a tool called WinterBreak, and if you go to the Kindle modding wiki, that is what it guides you through. Now, I ended up lending my Kindle Paperwhite to my partner to read something on, and in that sort of exchange, I kind of realized how much I miss buttons. Not these kind of buttons, like buttons on technology. I hate how everything has become this like touch screen brick, and there's something really just demented and difficult about it. Like, yeah, gestures are cool and stuff, but at some point it's just so much easier to just navigate with some buttons and select things. I feel like the iPod Touch is a great example of this when it comes to that line of devices. I have a soft spot for the iPod Video because the iPod Generation 5 is the one that I had. But when that got stolen, I ended up with an iPod Touch, and at the time it was really cool. It was the golden age of mobile games, and I was able to access the internet, access emails, things like that, that perhaps my mom didn't want me to do, so it was just really great for its time. But my iPod Touch stopped working, and it's not an easy repair at all, especially compared to the iPods with buttons. And I know it's not that simple. It's not just because it doesn't have buttons, but that's kind of just, you know, we just have these bricks with touch screens, and it's like, what's the key combo to reset it? There isn't any. All that being said, I started to get nostalgic for my very first Kindle, which was this, but in black. Now, a couple of things I like about this. This is a really minor thing, but it says, this was back when it said Kindle on the back and not Amazon. Now they say Amazon on the back, which I think is really just absurd. Like, this still has Amazon because it's made by Amazon, but it's a Kindle, and they were really trying to make Kindle the brand, and now it's just Amazon. So I kind of hate that the newer ones say Amazon on them. But also it has buttons. So it has buttons, 2 buttons on each side, a back and a forward. Therefore, it's for left and right-handed people. And it has buttons here for navigation, arrow buttons, select buttons, and different home, menu, etc. buttons. And I feel like this was just peak, because I don't really like doing to change pages. It's just, it doesn't feel more natural. I like the buttons. I like the feedback that they provide. And what happened to my original one, I had my original one in black because, I mean, I feel like the silver color isn't all that sexy. but it has that plastic on it, that plastic that would get all mushy in the heat and start to just get tacky and sticky, and like you can't clean it. There's no way, because it's just the polymers are breaking down. And so I'm not sure if I donated it or just e-wasted it or what, but that was a long time ago, and that's why I bought the paper white. And when I was looking at these on eBay, I did notice that a lot of the ones that are black, they had the same issue. You could see the like tackiness, and you could see the just distortion of the rubber on the back, and just but I noticed that the gray ones didn't have that, so we'll see. I mean, it could very much be a sample size thing of fewer people bought and used the gray ones, and therefore, but it does have that soft touch feel on it, but it's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel exactly the same. So fingers crossed. Anyway, I got this. I was like, let's mod it. It's easy on the Kindle modding wiki. And that's when I realized things got a bit challenging, because the Kindle modding wiki will tell you if you can use WinterBreak or not. However, once you find out you can't use WinterBreak, you kind of are sent to the next page, which tells you how to set things up with WinterBreak. So I wanted to make my own guide using some wonderful resources on the internet that I kind of had to pull from here and there, so that it's streamlined, so that you can follow along. Probably 2 questions you might have. One, what is the benefit of this? Essentially, it's so you can just put whatever books you want on your Kindle without having to rely on Amazon as a middleman. Amazon won't own the stuff that's on there. It's just taking it and making it your own property. You can use whatever format. You can sync with Caliber, which is a e-reading app. You can put custom wallpaper, change fonts. I really do like the layout of KOReader. So this is KOReader, and it's incredibly simple. And I think that's how it should be. I appreciate that simplicity. It's not super graphical or anything like that. And the other question you might have is, will this work on other old Kindles? I don't know for sure. This is the only old Kindle I have, but I would assume that if the Kindle modding wiki says that your Kindle model works with the same method as the Kindle 4, then you can follow the bare bones of the instructions. Obviously, downloading things not for the Kindle 4 non-touch like I am, but for whatever your Kindle is, use common sense. I feel like that's the answer to a lot of questions in my videos. It's like, use common sense, use Google. I don't know everything, and I am big enough to admit that. But if you have a Kindle 4 non-touch, this will work. If you have a Kindle 4 Touch, I believe it's incredibly similar. You just have to make sure to use the correct files for the Kindle 4 Touch and not the Kindle 4 non-touch. Kindle 4, Kindle non-touch, touch, Kindle. And then another question you might have is, well, Marissa, there are actually e-readers with buttons still. You didn't have to buy like a super outdated version of an e-reader that isn't as crisp and beautiful as the new ones, because yeah, however, I could barely find any. There's just like one Kobo and one other one that's like a, I forget what it's called, but pocketbook, something like that, and they have buttons, but I just don't like how they look. And a lot of the designs recently with the buttons is they add a bit here, and then they put 2 buttons here. And so obviously you can orient it this way or the other way based on if you're left or right-handed, but there's just something really, really delightful about these buttons. And I'm not trying to inflate the Kindle 4 prices. So if you're selling a Kindle 4, this is not an incentive for you to increase the price, but it's got this slant, and the geometry is just so wonderful. Your hand just, it's lovely, lovely, and on both sides. Wonderful. And maybe I just have a soft spot for it because of nostalgia. Who knows? Either way, let's get to it. Okay, so the thing is, Generally, you're going to start on the Kindle modding database, kindlemodding.org, and you're going to go to Kindle models, and then you're going to find the Kindle 4th generation, right? And it just tells you what the recommended jailbreak is. You click it, and it takes you to this mobile read thread, which this person is responsible for a lot of these jailbreaks and other features. So huge shout out to them. But you have this, right? And this is just the jailbreak. This doesn't actually install anything on the Kindle in terms of KOReader or anything like that. It's just a jailbreak. It opens your Kindle to that. So then you might install this and then go back to the Kindle modding wiki and just assume, okay, next, go to WinterBreak. But WinterBreak is not for the Kindle 4. And maybe you'll get that far in your brain. You'll be like, oh, okay. And then you go to post jailbreak to be like, okay, I want to install Qual. I want to install KOReader. So let's set up a hotfix. Nowhere here in the wiki does it actually clearly say that this won't work on the Kindle 4. So the Kindle modding wiki is actually not for this. So we're going to start elsewhere. First off, we're going to start by updating the firmware. Go ahead and check your Kindle and make sure that it's on 4.1.4. If it's not, the way you get it to 4.1.4 is quite arduous. Now, what I did is I sort of did everything and then it still wasn't working, and then I factory reset and did everything again, and then my Kindle was working. So what I would do if I could go back and do this process again is, before you start anything, factory reset your Kindle, and then come to the update page if you need to. So if you have 4.1.4, you can just download it, but if you're even lower, and I was on like prior to 4.1.0, you have to separately download each software update. Plug in your Kindle, download 4.1.0, disconnect your Kindle, go to update my Kindle, update it to 4.1.0, then plug it back in, download 4.1.1, and so on and so forth. I think you can ostensibly actually put all these files in at once and then just send it one by one, because at one point I did have 4.1.3 and 4.1.4 on together, and it only recognizes the next one up, so you're not accidentally gonna mess up. So I can't say that that's proven because I didn't try that, but ostensibly you can try it. Then once your software is updated to 4.1.4, you can factory reset it again, and it won't reset the firmware, it won't roll it back. It'll be on 4.1.4, and then we can go ahead and do the jailbreak. So the best page, and I'll obviously link this below, on Mobile Read is the snapshot of Nilouge's hacks. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but they've got everything just on this page, and it's really convenient if you know what you need. So Kindle 4 jailbreak, so we will download this. So keep in mind, you do need to extract this twice. There's the .exe file and then the tar file you need to extract. Once that's extracted from there, I use 7-zip for everything. And then there's the README file right here. And here's the README that's in the file. You are an incredibly intelligent human being watching this. I know that you are. So you can go through this yourself and you will know what to do. This is the main thing. Ignore the Kindlets and stuff. That's for developers. Really, you just want to do what's here in the installation. Oh, by the way, another thing is that you may have to log into your Kindle if you hadn't logged in many eons ago when you bought it, if it's new, if it's a hand-me-down, found it at a charity shop, etc. And so that's also a little tricky, and nowhere on Amazon does it tell you how to log in, but kind folks on Reddit figured it out. So you put in your email address, like marissa@cooluncle.org. You put in your password, Kindle Freak, and what will happen is it won't go through. But Amazon will send you something to your two-factor authentication. So for me, for example, that would be a text message. And in the text message, it sends you a two-factor authentication code, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so what you need to do is you need to try to log in again. You put in the same email, you put in your password, so Kindle Freak, and then you put that authentication code after your password, no spaces or anything. So it would be Kindle Freak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Why don't they tell you that? Because yeah, you need to be logged in order to do a lot of this. I don't remember where. I think very early on you need to just log in, because at one point it was just like not working because I wasn't logged in. So that's important. Don't forget to log in. It's stupid to log in. It's a stupid way, but that's what you do. You put the two-factor code at the end of your password, no spaces, nothing. All right, once the Kindle Jailbreak has been installed, it'll tell you, you will know that. Next, you need to download the mobile read Kindlet kit. So this is also, most of these are structured in the same way, where they're in that super compressed file, and then you extract that, and then you extract the tar file from there, and then you can access the folder. And so this is dev certs. You want to click on that. And then you want to take the KOReader install and put this on your Kindle. And then same as like basically all of these processes, you go and you're like, update my Kindle, and it'll install the dev certificates. Now you'll notice that the Mobile Read Kindlet kit we downloaded has a date of January 4th, 2023. They did update some of the certificates since then. So there is this quick link here, which I will obviously also include, where there exists the Dev Certs 2025 April. They said that the one used by Qual expired, and so I don't know if Qual has updated it since then, but it can't hurt to download this as well. Now this one is just a zip file, so you only have to extract it once, and just like the last one, we can install KOReader keystore install. Now ostensibly you might not need to do both, but I just want to go through how I did it. I don't want to like test things and drive myself nuts. And it's just literally one file. And same as last time, safely remove your Kindle, update Kindle, and it should be good. All right, next we're going to go back to the snapshots, and now we are going to install Qual. Now see, actually Qual has also been updated April 2025, so honestly, hopefully it does have that update. You can also just try it and let me know in the comments if you can just use it without that last step. Okay, we're back to these double compressed files. Gonna open it, and there's a README, which is fantastic, but there's not a lot going on here, to be honest. You just need to make sure that you get the right file. So for Kindle 4, you want the Qual KDK 1.0 in the Documents folder. So that's this one right here. That's the Amazon ebook format, if you don't know. And we're going to be using Qual to launch KOReader. KOReader is the alternative ebook reader, so you don't have to use the Amazon interface. I like it. It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot less cluttered. It allows you to do things like change your screensaver, all that good stuff. And it's been updated also April 2025, so pretty recent. And you have your installs down here. And we can download KOReader Kindle. KOReader is just a single zip file, and once we unzip it, we get two folders, Extensions and KOReader. All you do is you take both of these and you drag and drop them into your Kindle's root directory. And root directory just means, it's the main folder. You pull it over the little icon of it says Marissa's Kindle or something. Don't put it in a folder within the Kindle. And from here, you can safely remove your Kindle, perhaps for the last time, unless you want to plug it back in and actually get some books on there. And the way to launch this is to just launch Qual, which, like we said, was in the format for an Amazon ebook, in your Documents folder. And once you launch that, you should see KOReader listed. You can launch it from there, and from there you can customize KOReader, and you can just leave it open and just use that to read books of all file formats that aren't locked to a multi-billion dollar company with exploitative practices. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to demonstrate on my Kindle physically, but again, these have a lot of helpful readmes in them, and if any point there's an issue, just go over the steps again and make sure that you did them correctly in the right order. And if you really can't get through, factory reset and start from step 1. It's rather arduous, but it's not the worst thing in the world. You can do it. I did it. Let's all read on our Kindle with the nice buttons. That's that. Thank you so much also once again to the kind Redditor who put everything into that one comment, because literally that was the only thing that I could find that was helpful. The Kindle modding wiki is, bless them, but also I feel like it should have a reroute like a lot of other modding wikis have, which tells you, okay, well, we can't help you anymore past this point. Get out of here. But instead it just keeps taking you to the next steps, and that's a little confusing. But yeah, and then you can set it up. You can put whatever files you want on here, organize them however you want, have whatever lock screen you want, and it's wonderful. A question that I do have for you, if you have modded yours, that I am being better safe than sorry about this. So I know with WinterBreak, when you unlock a newer Kindle, if you plug your Kindle into the computer while it's got KOReader open, it will explode. My partner did that when she was using the Kindle, and I'd send her a book, and I had to just do the jailbreak process from step 1 again. So you have to make sure to exit KOReader and then plug it in. I'm not sure if that is true for this method of unlocking, because this isn't WinterBreak. I don't know if this is slightly different, but it's such a pain that I don't want to take the chance. So if you have unlocked your Kindle 4 and you have a straight answer for me, that would be very neat. But also, if you don't want to plug it in, you can also use Calibre to set up FTP and just over Wi-Fi drag and drop files. I did do that for the Paperwhite, but I don't really, I'm trying not to data hoard when it comes to books, because I don't know, man. Like, it's so easy for me to data hoard. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, interesting. I hope maybe it's inspired you to read more. I am definitely wanting to read more and maybe even write more. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe if you're into these things. You might be into my video on the super note if you are just here out of nowhere. But that's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, if you'd like to support me in any other way, you can always support me on Ko-fi. I have a NerdFew Advanced tier, which is for folks who can see game reviews and other random blog posts about mods or things that I feel like maybe aren't substantial enough to make videos about, but I still kind of want to put them into the world. It's also super helpful because it's a consistent stream of income, which YouTube is not. And I recently was let go as part of a restructure at my day job, so I am really trying my best. And your support means even more now than even before, even though it always meant a lot. Thank you for watching, and don't forget that you are always welcome at Cool Uncle's house. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.